Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. So, obviously, it's just me, which is a little weird. So, I'm really glad for the people that have joined us, and I'm glad you're with me because otherwise I'd be here all by myself. And where's the fun in that? Anyway, I just want to welcome everybody as you get settled in and we get ready to start off tonight. I'm going to be sharing with you some information from Friday's video. So if you haven't watched Friday's video, the link will be in the description and you can make sure to check that out if you want more information. But one of the things that we did in Friday's video is I hear all the time when I talk about the 3-act story structure that a lot of people, beginning writers, are confused by the 3-act story structure. And I get it because I would agree. When I first started this whole writing journey, I was a little like, what is this 3-act story structure? And so what we've done is we've created let's see, it looks like this. It's a story structure prompt, and you can use this. It's very simplified. It's an easy way to create a very simple structure to get you ready to start writing. And so you can actually check out the link to get your free download of those. We did the 3X story structure and the hero's journey. And I'm actually going to be using one of those tonight as I actually create my own. And let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. I don't know. I'm a little thrown off because normally my partner's here with me. And so if you have any comments, I'd love to chat with you. So bear with me as I figure out what I'm doing without my other half. Anyway, if you have lots of time to prepare for writing a book, then by all means do all of the details of the 3-act story structure, figure out what you're going to do. You're welcome to do that. The downloadable is just a really easy, it's got the spaces, you can fill those things out and give you some basic structure. And so I'm actually going to be using, let's see, where is it? I'm actually going to be using the hero's journey to try to put my structure together because I've done a lot of prep work for the story that I'm going to write starting in a week and a half, guys. We got a week and a half to be ready to start writing and hit this writing challenge head on. And so I am going to be tonight working on putting in a lot of my information and trying to formulate what I want to put in each one of these boxes. I don't know. Can you see? There, you can see there's boxes to write with what it is and to try to organize my own personal thoughts. So if you, let's see, what's the atonement in the hero one? The hero's journey. Let's see. What are we talking about? Sorry, oh, okay. So the hero's journey is actually really cool. If you've never looked at the hero's journey, I don't know if you can see, that. The hero's journey is like a circle. And so the atonement is right before your hero returns home. And it's where basically they redeem themselves. They overcome and they have that gratification. So if you think about the story of Mulan, which is really a little cartoon, but but it's one of my favorite stories that really show the hero's journey. So if you've watched Mulan, the point of atonement is when let's see, her transformation. How do I do this? The atonement is when the emperor, her honor is restored. The family honor is restored by her actions of saving the emperor. She overcomes and she's a different person and she saves the emperor, and then her family honor is restored and she returns home. That's the atonement for Mulan. And so think about it as your character has gone through this transformative journey. And at the very end of that transformative journey, before your character returns home, they have been redeemed, like in Mulan's case, with her honor, the family honor being restored. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Joshua? So it's the save the day. Yeah, it's like the culminating point in your story. There's been this great thing, bad thing happen, and your hero faces all of these challenges and overcomes them, and then saves the day, and honor is restored or whatever, and they return home. The hero, thus the hero's journey. It's actually one of my favorite story structures. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Joshua? If it's not, put it in the comments and I will try to answer it. Yeah. So I'm going to start our first writing sprint. And if you want to join me in using one of the story structure prompts, okay, good. If you have any other questions, just ask them and I'll do my best to answer. And I think we'll get started. And I'm not going to be typing tonight. I'm going to be using a pen and paper. Sometimes when you're processing your thoughts with getting ready to write a book, sometimes, a lot of times I will use pen and paper. For some reason, it just is the way my mind works. And you might try that. Pen and paper versus computer. Which one do you use? And when do you use it? Yeah, because they both kind of really have different, they both kind of have different purposes and they have different things in your brain. And I'm going to grab this really quick. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, it started. It's a little weird doing this without Dave, but I'm really glad Joshua and Rain, you guys are here. Oh my goodness. Okay, Rain, thank you for pointing that out because nope, it's not working. And it is kind of ironic that I'm on my own tonight and it's not working. So I guess we'll stop And apparently I did something wrong when I started it. So we'll just pretend like the timer went off and it's time to talk. Thank you for pointing that out, Rain. Okay, so Rain, you asked a question. You said, I'm still outlining my story. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. I'm still outlining my story. Is it? Oh well. I'm still outlining my story. I don't know how to make it quicker. Sometimes I even get stuck in a loop of my own ideas. Yes, that is one of the problems with outlining, that you can get stuck in the outline phase. And so I don't know that there's a quick fix for that, because it's really just part of the process. But one of the things that has helped me is having some story structure, and then I fill out the story structure points, key points, and then I break it down into chapter 1. I have a like a basic goal, word count goal, and then I break that down into how many chapters I think I want, and then I figure out, and then I insert my key points from the story structure ideas that I've written down, and I insert. And really, how I would love to know, Rain, how much of an outline do you do? How in depth do you go with your outlining? Now, Dave's outlines are much more in depth than mine. My outlines are very simple. I have my story structure points and then my chapters. I have them listed out 1, 2, 3, 4. They're numbered. And then I write down whose perspective is each chapter from, because my stories, the stories that I write, have multiple perspectives. If you don't have multiple perspectives, then that makes it easier. But maybe part of the reason why you're getting stuck in a loop of your own ideas is because you're trying to go too deep. I don't know. I don't know if any of that helps you, but I totally get what you're saying, because I've gotten stuck in loops and just written these incredibly long, all my ideas, all my thoughts, and it just keeps going. And for me, I've discovered the simpler that my outline is, then it gives me like signposts of where I need to hit. And then I enjoy the process of discovery and what's going to happen. So Joshua, you set a timer and your timer worked and mine didn't. And that is fabulous. So we'll just, yeah, I'll try setting it again and we'll see if it works this time. I'm not sure why or what happened, but it's all good. We're good. How far did everybody get in your outlining process during this writing sprint? Rain, did you get make any progress on your outlining while we were working on it? And Joshua, how far did you get? How much did you get done? Okay, Joshua, what about the abyss part? So the abyss part, you can think about that as the deepest, most worst place you can possibly get. Like there's no, like, this character cannot get any farther down in the hole. And if I use the example of Mulan, the abyss and the place of just absolute, she's at the rock bottom, is when she saves Chang. No, here, the guy that's been teaching her, when she saves his life in the avalanche, and she helps save their lives, and she's done all this stuff, but the bad guy cut her side. And so when everything is settled and they're all like gathering themselves, they realize that she's wounded, and the doctor takes off her clothes to examine her and discovers this is not a man, this is a woman. And so all of the people with her decide, this is a crime that's punishable by death. You've dishonored your family and you deserve death, but we're just going to abandon you in the mountains with your horse and leave you because we don't want to kill you. So we're just going to abandon you and pretend like you don't exist. And when everybody leaves her and she's sitting down, that is the point of the abyss for her. It's the lowest point. And so when you're looking at the hero's journey, the abyss is the lowest point, and from there your character starts to dig their way out of the deepest point. Does that answer you? You can make a comment and tell me if that answers your question. Let's see. So Rain, are you still with us? Rain, I would love to hear from you if what I told you helped with your comment about taking a long time. I totally get the comment about being stuck in a loop of your own ideas. And so I think that's where at some point you have to say, I'm just going to start writing. Which, Joshua, okay, then the final battle, not necessarily. It's not necessarily the final battle, but it's the lowest point for your character. The final battle is usually after your character has hit the rock bottom where all is, and if you look at the 3-act story structure, it's similar to the all is lost moment in the 3-act story structure. Everything's lost. The final battle is going to be where they redeem themselves. They rise above, they change, and they have the final conflict, which in the case of Mulan, it's the battle where she goes back and faces the bad guy, saves the emperor's life in that big battle in the story of Mulan. That would be your final battle. It's between the abyss and atonement. So Rain says, I'm trying making a complex story simple. Some of that's harder than just keeping it complex. There is some truth in that. Yeah. When I started writing on the electrical saga, it was very complex. And so now I'm actually working on this story. Next month, I'm going to be working on book 4 in that story. And I would say one of Dave's, when Dave and I would work on it together, he would be like, this is a really complex story. I'm like, well, I wanted to make it simple. Anyway, it's hard to take a complex story and make it simple. That's a really hard thing to do, because what do you cut out? How do you take something really intricate and complex and make it simple? Yeah, I totally get that. Totally get that. Yeah. Okay. So I would love to know how far you guys got. I actually am doing the hero's journey story structure. Oh, you know what I would tell you guys is that I got the call today that the book 1 in the electrical saga had the editor contacted me today and said she's got the first round of edits, which I'm not sure how many rounds of edits she's going to do, but I got to go sit down with her next week. We're going to go over all of the edits, and then she'll start formatting it, and I'm super excited. And really what I've done is I've written 3 of the books. And so book 1 is almost done. It is amazing how long it takes from when you write the story and then go into the publication process, the editing, and all of that. Sometimes that can take a time. It can take a while. And one of the things I say in my previous videos, some of the videos on the channel, is don't be in a hurry. Take your time to make it really good. So I'm super excited, and I will keep you updated on that and posted. So I'm super excited that the editor is ready for me to review all of her edits. And then we go from there. It's getting so close. I can taste it. Anyway, let's see. Back to what I was saying. I don't have Dave here to keep me on track, so you guys are awesome. I'm doing the hero's journey for book 4, and I got, let's see, the hero's journey writing prompts is 4 pages long, and I am to new skill gained is where I'm at. So I actually got pretty far. And so, yeah, I'm going to, in our next writing sprint, which I hopefully can get the timer to work this time, I'm going to see if I can finish this so that this week I can start working on my chapters and get that all outlined and get ready to write in a week and a half. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about how this story is taking shape, and I can't wait to hear from all of you about how your stories are taking shape. Joshua, my story nearly fits the hero journey. Yeah, the hero's journey is a great story structure. And if it fits your story, it's a great pattern to do for your story. And Rain, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And Rain, I just got to say that your avatar, your little picture, is one of my favorite characters. So you got a cool, you got a, yeah, Captain Cold. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, that's really not on topic, but so I think we'll do the next 20-minute writing sprint, and then let's see how far I can get, and let's see how far you guys can get in, working on your outline and getting progress towards that. So let's see if I can get the timer to work. Okay, I think it's working this time. Sorry, guys. I'm so glad you're sticking in there with me. So, yeah, let's go for it. Oh, Rain says he's the best. He really is. He's one of my favorites. He's super cool. Anyway, so let's get to work. At least the timer's working this time, so we're good this time. We have 10 minutes left, guys, and then we'll chat about the comments. 10 minutes. Come on, you can do it. 3 minutes, guys. We're almost done. Eight seconds. Okay. How did everyone do? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let's see. Joshua, I heard short chapters make people keep reading longer. So, this depends on your audience. And so you're going to find a lot of different opinions about what your chapter length should be. And it really depends on your audience and what story you're writing. So if you're writing a story, which I know you're writing a story for middle grade, then your story chapters can be a little bit shorter because then it makes it easier for them to read it. One of the thoughts about shorter chapters is it can keep the reader engaged because they get to an end point and then, oh, something happens. You can keep them reading longer. I would just recommend you write a really good story and that people don't want to stop reading. But yeah, middle grade, I would recommend shorter chapters, not really longer with that age. And so, Rain, I went back and watched most of your streams. I can't be on time because it's almost 3 a.m. Oh, 3 a.m. Where are you at? I'm really glad you're with me. Is it 3 a.m. right now? So anyway, I'm really glad you're with us, Rain, even though it's 3 a.m. And yeah, I would love to know how much you got done. and if you're still stuck in your loop of all your thoughts, and if you're ready. Are you ready, Rain, to start writing in a week and a half? How is it a week and a half? That just seems crazy how fast October has flown by. Joshua says, good, got a lot of notes. Good job. I'm really, really happy about that, Joshua. And so then now you can take all your notes and put them into, what order you want to do them in. You can put the story, you can use the story structure guides that we've created, and then create your chapters and insert those things and help organize your thoughts. You can do that over the next week. And so everybody make sure that you catch Friday's video. It's going to be kind of tying up what we've been doing this whole month for prepping to take on a writing challenge in November. And so would love to have you guys watch that. And Rain, I will try. Oh, 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., I'm usually sound asleep. So I'm glad that you're with us. And yeah. And Rain, I would love to hear more about your story if you want to make comments, and looking forward to hearing how far you get and in your outlining process, and don't get stuck, because like we've talked about, getting stuck, it can happen to all of us. And so let's see. Let me tell you guys what I got done. I actually got through the entire all of the prompts for the hero's journey for the story that I'm going to work on in this short amount of time. And what that, I don't know if that encourages you, because if I can do that and just give myself a loose structure using this format, then I hope you guys will find some success with those those story prompts as well. And I think we're about time. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you using the hero's journey? Joshua, you said hero's journey really fits your story. Rain, does the 3-act story structure or the hero's journey fit the story that you're planning on writing? Would love to hear from you in the comments on that. And for those of you that are watching this recorded, I would love to hear from you if you are going to use either one of those story structures in your story prep for getting ready for a writing challenge. And so make sure you make that in the comments, and make sure you check out next Friday's video. It's going to be good. We're going to tie up our October Prep-tober journey. Joshua, it's close enough to work. I'm so glad. The hero's journey is so popular. And so when people start reading books, they don't realize, a lot of people they'll read a book and they won't realize, they won't think about that's the structure of the story, but they will like it because it has a familiar structure. That's the beauty of story structure. And David has joined us, and he is using the 3-act story structure. Yes, I love the 3-act story structure. It's a great story structure. Rain says it definitely helped me. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that. So take that and then create your chapter headings, and hopefully you won't stay stuck in that loop of all your ideas, and it'll help you move forward in your outlining process so that you're ready to go in a week and a half. It's crazy. Crazy. So I am going to call it a night. We've got like a couple minutes. If anybody has anything they want to chat about, any questions, yeah. So I'm really glad you guys all joined me. It was really great visiting with you. Oh, David is ready to write. I'm ready to write too. I looked at the calendar and I went, it's a week and a half. Oh, let's see. What do I need to get done? But I'm ready to write. I will be. I will be ready to write. I got to do a little bit more prep work and get the rest of my thoughts in order, and then I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to sign off, and you guys all have a good night. I will make sure you catch Friday's video, and I will see you next Monday live, where we will do what we talked about in the Friday video. And I will catch you next time.